Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. Please hit that like and subscribe button and let's get right into today's video. So for today's video, we will be doing a set on this other practice hand that I do have, and I will be using the extra long square tips that I did off of Temu, along with my 𝐻𝐿 nail glue to adhere them. So I will go ahead and start sizing out the nail tips, and when doing that, you want to make sure they fit nicely sidewall to sidewall. If they are a bit too short, go ahead and size up, and if that size is still like a little bit bigger, go ahead and just follow the sidewalls to make them fit perfectly on your nail beds. And you guys can see just how nice and fast this nail glue works to adhere these nail tips. They work even better when using them on actual people, but even just on like a practice hand, they adhere so quickly, and I absolutely love that about this nail glue. And like I said, I do highly recommend these for if you do sell press-ons, or if you're just looking for a better nail glue for your full sets that you do on your clients or yourself or anything like that. I will go ahead and leave the link down below if you're interested in buying this nail glue. It does come in a pack of 12 and 24, I believe, and I always get the higher, the 24 pack, just so that way I have a bunch of nail glues left over. And then if I'm selling them with press-ons, I do go ahead and purchase more as well. Now that we have all the nail tips nicely glued on, I will go ahead and start trimming them down. And I am trimming just about like half of the nail length of the nail tip, so that way we can have kind of like an extra long length for today's set. Now before we get into the application, I do like to go in with my hand file and just shape up the sidewalls to make sure everything is nice and flush to that natural nail. And I do also like to blend the tip in with the natural nail as well. This step isn't absolutely necessary, but I love doing it because it's just less filing I have to do afterwards. And then just blending the nail tip in, you don't have to do that as well, but I love doing that because it provides me a flawless like little slate, so when I go in my application, you don't see that harsh line from that nail tip. So for today's acrylics, I will be using this color Fairy Queen from our Fairy Tale Elegance collection with KAIROSE nail supply. It is a very beautiful reddish pink acrylic powder with some very nice glitter pieces in it. Next, I will also be using the color Rose from our Spring Showers collection, which is a very beautiful like red iridescent type of glitter acrylic. And then I will also be using the color White from KAIROSE nail supply as well. I do have our link down below if you're interested in any of the KAIROSE nail supply products, and if you do purchase and you use code YouTube, it does save you 15% on your orders. So a few things I love about our white acrylic powder is not only is it like not chalky at all, it doesn't get stuck in your brush, it's a very nice buttery consistency, but not only that, it's super nice and vibrant and super bright, and it's absolutely perfect for your guys's ombres, French tips if you like to do acrylic French tips, just anything like that. This white acrylic powder is perfect for all your guys' needs. And if you guys noticed the like change in quality of my voiceover from like the very beginning of the video to now, I did go ahead and just unplug my mic and everything like that, because for some reason it's just not working properly. It keeps doing like the little crackling sounds during my voiceovers, and I don't like that at all, so I will be trying to figure that out. So for now, I just will be doing my voiceovers regularly. So if you notice by the thumbnail, we will be doing like the Zodiac nail sets. I did get this recommendation on my community tab post when I was asking for recommendations, because I have absolutely no idea what type of nail sets to do, and someone's suggested doing Zodiac nails. So I did go ahead and take that into consideration and decide to do that for today's set. So for the Zodiac sign that we will be doing today, it is Aries. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really like how the nail set turned out. It was pretty much just too plain for me, but I was just trying to get the nice red in there. I was like looking up on Google the colors for zodiac symbols and everything like that, and I saw red was the color for Aries, so that is why we did go ahead and choose Fairy Queen for today's set. And I did obviously want to add a couple accent nails. That is why we decided to use the white acrylic powder and that glitter acrylic powder as well. So getting into the application on the pinky, I will be doing a full cover nail of this Fairy Queen color on the pinky and the index finger as well. And you guys, just look how nice and buttery this acrylic powder is. The consistency is nice, the pigmentation is very nice. You can sort of see the glitter pieces in it. It's not very, like, there's not too much glitter in it. It's very subtle, but it absolutely brings out the beautifulness in this acrylic powder. And I don't think I've mentioned this about our KAIROSE Nail Supply acrylic powders, but they are more of like a medium setting acrylic powder, meaning that it doesn't dry too fast and it doesn't dry too slow. It gives you guys just the perfect time to work with this acrylic powder. But of course, if you guys love having faster setting acrylic powders, you can absolutely add a little bit of acetone into your monomer, and that will absolutely help set the acrylic faster. So I will go ahead and let the rest of this application play out on the index finger, and I'll come back in when it's time to discuss the middle finger. So for the middle finger, like I mentioned, we will be using the glitter acrylic called Rose from our Spring Showers collection. It's a very nice mix of iridescent, chunky, and fine glitter acrylic. We didn't want to add too much glitter into it because we didn't want the glitter to overtake the acrylic. So we did add kind of like a even consistency or even amount of glitter to the acrylic, and I think this color is absolutely beautiful. Now, for one thing I would have done different for this nail set, since I wanted it to be more of that zodiac red type of color for this nail set, I would have gone with the darker red acrylic powder, well, glitter acrylic powder, but I just really wanted to use this because I did want to promote our spring acrylic powders. So yeah, that's kind of why I decided to use this glitter acrylic. But if you're wanting to recreate the set, you can absolutely use whatever type of glitter acrylic you want. Or if you're doing this for a different zodiac symbol or anything like that, you can absolutely change up the colors as well. Now that we have the application pretty much done, I will go ahead and encapsulate. I love encapsulating my more pigmented acrylic powder, so that way when I file, I am not filing any of that pigmentation away. So for example, I love to encapsulate the darker red acrylics, the white acrylics, and the glitter acrylics as well. Not only that, I love using the clear acrylic to build up my structure and everything that I need. So I will use the clear acrylic to build up the apex, the thickness at the tip, and to smooth everything out using the same acrylic powder. Like the same clear acrylic powder, if that made sense. I use the clear acrylic powder to build up my structure and my apex and everything that I need for the nail. But since this is a practice hand I do nails on, I don't really build up the structure too much because there's no point in me wasting all this acrylic powder when I am just putting it on a practice hand rather than an actual person who wants to keep their nails on for a long time. Now that we have our application completely done, it is time to shape and file our nails. So I will be just using the medium grit sanding band from Nails and Blinks just to file the nails today. I didn't really feel like pulling out the fine 5-in-1 drill bit for today. So I will be doing the same steps though. So I'm just taking that medium grit sanding band and going around the cuticle area just to make sure everything is nice and flush. And then I will also work that over the surface to smooth everything out and kind of debulk any areas that need to be debulked. And for reference, I do have my drill at the speed of 9,000 RPMs when doing all my finish filing with my e-file. Next, I'm just taking my hand file once again and shaping up the sidewalls to make sure everything is nice and flush and get any acrylic that might have spilled over when doing the application. And then for today's video, I did not flip the hand around to file the free edge. I just decided to do it this way. And I think it still came out pretty nice and straight, but I do highly recommend flipping the hand over and looking at it from your client's perspective, just to get the free edge nice and sharpened. Like squared off is what I meant. But yeah, that's a really good tip when you want to have your free edge nice and squared off, is just flip the hand over and file it that way. Or some nail techs can do it this way without flipping the hand over, and I wish I could do that, but sometimes if I flip the hand over to look at it, some nail tips are crooked, like the free edge is crooked a little bit, so I have to file it a bit more. But yeah, it's all personal preference. You can file the free edge and the entire nail exactly how you want. Now for the last part of our filing, I will just be buffing the entire surface of each of these nails because I will be doing nail art on the ring finger mainly, and then I will be adding some 3D flowers and stuff on that middle finger. So these are what the nails are looking like after they've been shaped and filed, and I did also use a lint-free wipe and some alcohol to clean up all that excess dust. And I will be going in with our classic black gel polish from KAIROSE Nail Supply as well. And I will be taking like a small liner brush and I will be drawing the Aries like zodiac sign symbol. To me, these did not come out good whatsoever. This was actually my second attempt. I didn't record, well, I did record the first attempt and it was just so horrible. I just deleted it and wiped everything away and started again. But I still didn't like how it turned out. But like I said, this is my first time doing like a zodiac inspired nail set. So I'm just like learning how to do like certain symbols and everything like that. So to kind of explain the symbol, I'm not really sure really how to, but it's more like a V, like a wide V, I guess. And then the lines kind of curve down to the side upwards, like on the upper part of the V. Yeah, I'm not really good at explaining it, but the picture looked absolutely way better than what I did on the nail. So I did go ahead and do 3 of those symbols along this ring finger. And then I will also go ahead and draw some 4-pointed stars to kind of fill in the spaces a little bit. Now to explain why I did black for this is because I will be doing some red chrome on top of that. So obviously for that I did want to have a black base. Now like I mentioned, I will be doing the 4-pointed stars just like around the symbol, and then after that I will go ahead and cure this in the light for a full 30 seconds. So now that I cured that, I will take my red chrome powder and just kind of tap it onto the black. I don't really worry about it getting on the white parts because since I don't have any type of sticky layer underneath the black like nail design, the chrome doesn't really stick to that white part of the nail. There are a little bit of spots that do have the chrome on there though, but I do go in later on to kind of clean it up using like a cleanup brush and some alcohol. Now to explain the ring finger, I will be doing a 3D flower, so I'm just taking my Betty Cora rhinestone nail glue And I will be using 2 AB rhinestone crystals and applying like one of the circle ones near the cuticle area, and then another, like, I don't really know how to describe this shape, but it's like a slim teardrop one, I guess. I don't really know. Like I said, I don't know how to explain these shapes or anything like that, but yeah, I will be applying this one right underneath that. And then after I got that nice and situated on the nail and centered, I will go ahead and cure this in the light for about 30 seconds so that way it doesn't move when I will be moving on to the 3D flower portion. So before we get into doing the actual petals, I do want to top coat our nails so that way I'm not having to top coat around the petals. So I'm just using the classic diamond gel top coat from KAIROSE Nail Supply and applying that around the rhinestones and then curing that in the light for a full 60 seconds. So to get into my 3D flowers, I'm just using this 3D nail brush that I did get in a pack off at Amazon. It came with some like different size 3D nail brushes along with some liner brushes. And I'm also using the white acrylic powder as well from KAIROSE Nail Supply to create the petals around the rhinestone. So to kind of explain the design I'm doing for the 3D flower, I am doing 3 smaller petals on each side of that rhinestone, and then I will be doing one bigger like pointed one underneath. So I will go ahead and just let the rest of this play out, and I will come back in when it's time to move on to the next step. So now that the 3D flower has dried, it's time to top coat. So I'm just using the same classic diamond gel top coat from KAIROSE Nail Supply and top coating all the nails. And I'm also top coating again underneath that 3D flower just because I kind of got a little bit of acrylic like around that, and I didn't want that to kind of show. So yeah. Like I said, I thought this nail set was pretty bare. I could have added a bit more rhinestones on like the red nails, but I decided not to. So yeah, if you want to do that, go ahead and do that if you want to recreate the set. But that's pretty much the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!